Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Blue Hens will kick it off to get us underway. Coming out with it, it's Coleman. He doesn't get it back to the 25. He's out of bounds. "21-yard line. First play of the drive, wants to throw. And the quarterback goes down at the 11. Line.
And I think this offense was looking for a reason to ignite the home crowd, coming out on first down, throwing the football, but the defense was ready. Nice job getting to the quarterback, making a big sack on the first play of the game.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Get it out on the screen. There he goes. Gets it out to the 22 before going out of bounds, and they are suddenly out of trouble.
Gotta love this play call early in the football game. Like the quarterback, get in a rhythm, run a screen play, get it to a playmaker, create some space, move the sticks, get a first down. Nice start for this offense.
Now adjusting. He's going to run it. The defense is there, and a great job to keep him from getting to that first down marker. He's hard to get a handle on. It'll be 4th and short. North Texas will have to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Gonna run it. It's Silver. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
And just a great job by the defense being stout. All right, that's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. And they can't make the play on 3rd down.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of this spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Kick is in the air. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Give to the single back. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. He'll be stopped at the 44, knocked out of bounds there.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
North Texas now has a ton of work to do here on second down. Wants to go up top. Forced out of the pocket. He'll try to do it himself. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
So now it's second and long.
29 Philly.
He'll pull it on the read. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
Third and long situation, we're bringing an extra DB on the field, and we're telling our front guys to pin your ears back and go get the QB, and they get the job done.
Hunt is on its way. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. They'll start this drive going to the air, trying to set up the screen. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. Plays like that put just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use the great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making the easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
They'll run play action. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And it's not panic time yet for this offense, but last week was a really bad performance. This week, starting off a little bit slow. They got to find some form of rhythm. They got to find some way, get a few first downs, get some playmakers involved, because right now they just seem out of sync.
Yeah, I just feel watching this offense, they need a big play. They need their confidence to get going, get the mojo going, considering they really struggled their last time out. They just don't seem to have figured it out quite yet here in the first quarter.
Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. Gets it past the marker. There's a live football. And he falls on top of his own fumble. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. North Texas could see if they could get a chunk play here on 2nd and inches. You want to talk about hearts and throats when that ball was on the ground? The offense recovered its own fumble. Keep it on the ground. They'll stop him at the 46 after a 5-yard pickup.
There we go. We finally see some life in this offense running the football. Nice game to pick up the first down. Got to get more of that going moving forward because they have not run it well.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Flushed out of the pocket. Fires downfield. Flags flying as the pass is incomplete. Let's see what the call is. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The officials move it 5 yards back, and it's 1st and 15 for this offense. From the gun, looking for a man. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
And that can be frustrating to watch running backs not make plays like a receiver, but they're not a receiver. And a lot of times when they have guys around them, the focus that receivers have it doesn't exist in them. And you can tell just dropped the football, lost a little bit of focus, but I think those footsteps were close enough where he heard it.
They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they're on the move.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
A little screen to the running back. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Invite that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch, make the run, get the 1st down.
Creates a little room. Not much room. A pickup of 2 down to the 28.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Quarterback floating away from pressure. He caught it. And he won't be able to push his way in. He stopped at the 1.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. North Texas will come to the line with a 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Mean Green. Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Gentlemen, want to jump in and let you know what's going on in this top 25 showdown. Notre Dame is running away with this one today thanks to an offense that is more than waking up the echoes. They're up 14 over Texas A&M. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Here's the handoff. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Got his man. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. When a defense is in zone coverage, Jesse, they want to react. How do you react to a howitzer coming out like that one?
Not much you can do because this guy's got a cannon. You saw all the eyeballs on defense on that play. They were waiting and anticipating that throw, but when you've got an arm like that, it's going to be tough to stop that curl.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
You can just start to sense the frustration building for this offense after that incompletion. Right now, setting up fourth down. They haven't yet scored a touchdown. They just can't find a rhythm in this game. Obviously, the defense, the big reason for that. But if this offense wants a chance to win, they have got to start stringing some completions together and get this quarterback in a better rhythm.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. To the air on first down. And he rifled in that pass, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Power football with the run.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
They punted away on fourth down. Wants to bring it back. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. On the move. Getting that push. They pick up a 4 out to the 26.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your foot in the ground. Pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Line getting set on second down. Back to pass. Oh, they're after him. Pulls it in. It's Patterson. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Wants to go up top on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's LeBoy. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. The play action fake. Here's the pressure. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
I think sometimes as a quarterback, when your offense is struggling, you don't have any points up on the board yet here at the end of the first half. You're just trying to take a shot to see if your guy can make a play. And that time, he thought he had the matchup he wanted, but he has just not been able to ever find a rhythm. And this defense is making it really hard on him, forcing that one to fall incomplete.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. The Blue Hens will line up to punt it away. Oh, it's a phony punt. They're going to run it with the up man. And no guts, no glory. They pick up the first down.
They had the exact look they had practiced for and what they wanted. The up man gets the snap directly. He's able to use the speed, get the first down, and the chains are moving.
This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And quarterback's accuracy goes way down when you start to get him on the move. And you want to make it go way down even further? popped that sucker. Nice job making him move, scramble out to his left, and then getting a good clean stick on him. That's two things he has to think about.
Going for the big play. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Man, if you're going to win games, you have got to hit on the home run type plays, and that was a great opportunity right there. The receiver has got to be able to look that football in and make the catch.
Throws to the wideout. For the third straight play, the pass falls incomplete.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
They boot it away. Catches it at the 15. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Starts the drive trying to go up top. Moves away as he feels pressure. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to throw on first down. Unloads it left. Incomplete. And he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic. Fortunate to get it back.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive rolling.
He'll pull it down inside the 25. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. North Texas will kick it off to start things here in the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Lewis. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. They'll open this third quarter with a run. Works his way into the traffic and picks up 3 to the 17.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Wow, this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted 4 times, and it's third down now. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. He's got it. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down.
And it's on third downs like this, if you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense. Second down, he'll throw it.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
I know that was third down, and I know the quarterback's trying to be careful. You don't want to be too greedy, but he had guys open downfield. I think if he had been a little bit more patient and been a little bit more willing to let the play develop, I think he could have converted that with a throw vertically down the field. Instead, he got lazy, checked it down to his running back, and now they're setting up fourth down.
North Texas takes possession. The Mean Green offense will return to the field. Might be changing the route. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
The give to the single back. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The give to the back. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
To the ground to try to move the chain. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
And that's a nice third down conversion for this offense. And I tell you what, the struggle for this offense has been stringing those first downs together. They're not in the top 50 in college football in first downs. They'll get one, and then they kind of stall. Let's see if they can put...
And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, North Texas.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Texas is painting an offensive masterpiece so far. It's been like a Bob Ross masterclass. They're up by 25 over UTEP. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. His drive will open from the 15. The run from the shotgun. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Yeah, and it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. It'll be interesting to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
And the Blue Hens will punt this one away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. They barely get the punt out of their own territory. It'll be marked down just outside the 45. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Leaves it with the back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Wants to go up top. Throws to the tight end. Not in lockstep there with the receiver. Mean Green will have to reach into that playbook here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Floating away. Now he'll let one fly down the left side.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws, just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Going to the running game. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line? They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Looking to fire. Caught near the sticks. It's Williams. He's stopped at the 5, but the completion sets him up with a 1st and goal. North Texas really has it going on offense.
42 Spider.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. After getting nothing done on 1st down, 2nd and goal from the 6. Back to pass. The sweet feet buy a little time. Touchdown, Mean Green. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They push the lead out here in the 4th quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1. Just blinding speed. Speed that almost paralyzes defenders.
When you got a quarterback with that much speed, you got to find tricky ways to put more speed on the field, spy the quarterback with somebody that's really, really fast. And even when you do, a lot of times he still makes plays because he's that dang fast and that explosive.
He'll bring it out. It's Kelly. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Tight end in motion. See how the D reacts. Give to the back. Gets it out to the 20 after a pickup of 4. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Wants to go up top. The short hands, it's Silver. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw 1st downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
The Blue Hens pick up the 1st down. Moving quickly, trying to rattle the D.
And on defense, you make the tackle after the catch for a 1st down. Now you got to go get lined up again because the offense is going fast.
Fires to the wideout. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback and this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
And the defense loves being in this type of situation, right? You've got a big lead. It's in the fourth quarter. You know the opponent's going to be throwing the football, so you get your best pass rushers coming off the edge, using that speed, dipping and ripping, getting to the quarterback for another big play.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
It's incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Well, at this point of the game, in the second half down 3 possessions, you're not punting anymore, right? Every fourth down you're going to be going for, regardless of where you are on the field. The problem is, defense knows it too, so they're going to play call accordingly. That time, they had a better play call on. They execute. It's just been that kind of day for this offense.
The give as they work on that clock. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
He makes the grab. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
North Texas doing business from the red zone. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. And he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity, but it's incomplete.
Once you start to get down here towards the goal line, it's so much more difficult to throw the football. And you really want to stretch the defense sideline to sideline and use your speed and take advantage of the grass when you see it. They try to take a little bit of a shot down the field unsuccessfully. Nice job by this defense.
Nestled just inside that right upright. And they'll push that lead out a little further. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. Fielded in the end zone. It's Kelly. Slips through the line. What a great return, and he flips the field to start this drive off, and he just about scored himself. It is so good to have a dangerous return man. They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Finds his man. It's Silver. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
And the Blue Hens with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Off play action. Here comes the heat. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. They'll run the screen. They've got him before he gets the first down marker, and the screen does not deliver.
And listen, the defense playing really conservative, right? You got the lead, but here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get sacks. I got to get to the quarterback. I got to make sure I'm getting him, knocking him off the spot. Padding my stats, by the way. Got a lot of sacks late in games when we had a big lead, but that's okay. That's what you're supposed to do. Keep competing, defense.
Complete out of the backfield. Oh, he's got some space. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect fourth down call there. Brown wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted deep in his own end. Got room on the return. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, North Texas. The defense does the work itself with a pick six. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Handoff from the shotgun. Wide open spaces. Good, solid pickup on that one, and they've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
Yeah, and a nice big pickup on the ground. Palmer, you could have used some of this earlier in the game. Are you calling runs at this point?
No, I'd be a little bit more aggressive, I think, throwing it. I think part of it right now is because the defense, they've got the lead big. They're just playing a little bit more zone, a little bit more prevent. They're fine letting this offense just chip down the field, but they're wasting time off the clock.
And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like, they're down so much. They need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back the next opportunity, the next moment, because today, oof, it was not a good day.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. Now the play fake. Here's a heat. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting.
Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. And he'll get in for the late touchdown, the consolation prize, the window dressing score to make the final outcome a little closer. This game is almost certainly decided already, but the good news is for the next game, guys still flying around, still playing hard, not really hanging their heads.
Long season. This is early in the season. Still got plenty of time. Still find out which plays you like, which you don't, and keep running them, keep getting better at them. So use this as practice.
And the extra point is good, but that only impacts the final margin. They won the game today. That's 2 in a row. If they win the next one, it's called a winning streak. It's been done before.
And we're seeing the identity of this team coming to fruition. Just get the sense they're finding out who they are, what they're about, what they're going to do schematically, and who their big playmakers are.
Which is tough to do, right? It's tough to grow throughout a season and understand who you are. But when you stack wins week after week on top of each other and start to have success, you start to grow as an identity and you start to understand who you are.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football. Nestled on the banks of the Hudson River, Michie Stadium. It will play host to some of the nation's finest today and another thrilling edition of Army football. Today, two teams get set to square off in an intra-conference battle in the American. As we'll see, the North Texas Mean Green taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Army Black Knights. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Black Knights will kick it away to start us off. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. So North Texas offense will have the football first. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And a part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Might be calling a hot route. Looking downfield on first down. Time to take a shot. Makes the catch down the right side. Just like that. A huge gain, and they've got it inside the 10. They'll mark it at the 8.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They keep pushing forward now, back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. Looking to fire. Looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Mean Green. They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game and get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. So the Army Black Knights offense will take the field for the first time. And, David, they've got a guy in the backfield that certainly is capable of carrying more than his share of the weight in this offensive attack.
Yeah, he's a piece, but I would argue this, Reese. Like, you need to get the ground game going. For this offense to be successful, they need a physical tone setter, and he can be that, sometimes up, sometimes down. They need that consistently, Jesse.
But they need him to show up when it matters the most, and there's going to be times in this game like we've seen throughout his career when the defense wants to take away wide receivers or players on the perimeter, and that's when this guy has to show up and shine. He's got vision, he's got cutting ability, he's got speed, but that's got to be on display in this game.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41.
And we talked to the coaches coming in, right? Like, they knew they were going to see the option. But the speed is so much faster in the game, and the offense does a really good job getting it to the pitch man pretty quickly, making that read and making a play early in this football game.
No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
These are the plays as a defense that mean so much for so many reasons. Getting in the backfield, obviously getting the sack, so putting them a little bit behind the sticks, but also hitting that quarterback, making him think. That goes along disrupting the quarterback's rhythm.
On the option. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. And the Black Knights are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. They'll send the back in motion. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Looking deep down the right side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Black Knights will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Wants to return it. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. North Texas sends the offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
Really nice job by the defender knocking that one away in man coverage. And he knew coming into this one that he was going to get attacked and they were going to throw his way. So he's showing you right now. He is dialed in, locked in. Really nice job on that cover.
He's got it. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. North Texas has it going to work with another 1st down. Wide receiver going in motion. Quick touch pass to the receiver. He's loose. Pushed out of bounds at the 39-yard line. A big pickup on that run. North Texas really has it going on offense. Wants to throw on 1st down. He'll pull it down and run. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
That's the danger as a defense when you play man coverage, is that if the quarterback decides to scramble, there may not be anybody there to make a tackle right away. You obviously want to take care of everything on the back end, and with these receivers, you got to get them locked down. But if you're the D coordinator here, you got to be more selective with your coverage and mix it up, because man coverage against a scrambling quarterback can hurt you.
We've reached a break, and North Texas has the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the 2nd quarter. And here comes play number 6 of the drive. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. North Texas lining up, facing 3rd and long. He's looking to throw. Fires to the right. Another incompletion on 3rd down. Here comes the field goal unit. He'll try to put up the 3 ball from 43 yards away. Splits the uprights. Good. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will... to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Back to pass, it's Coleman. Pulls it in, it's Fortner. He works his way up to the 33 and is pushed out of bounds.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Motion from the back. Good pickup there. He gets enough for the first down.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. He has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
And the defense snows him under after a very short gain.
Well, obviously, a really nice play by the defense there, stopping the option, but I think that's on the quarterback because it looked like his pitch option was wide open. That ball should have gone to the running back out on the perimeter. It looked like he had some open field in front of him to go make something positive happen. This quarterback's got to make better decisions. It's not just the passing game. It's in the run game with the option, too.
Offense breaks the huddle. It's third down. They'll test the right side. Finds a little space. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. They'll run the option. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down? North Texas takes possession. The Mean Green offense will return to the field. They'll run it. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
And the defense had that one completely bottled up, and he eventually just had to live to fight another play.
Yeah, I love the discipline on defense, too. Everybody where they're supposed to be. Everybody staying in the gap, so they just kept funneling the ball to the outside. Inevitably, that guy had nowhere to go.
And this is going to be incomplete on third. North Texas will have to punt it away.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They had given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. Third down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. And he is going to lose yardage. Nowhere to run as he is forced out of bounds.
All right, offensively, you're not having a lot of success right now running this thing to the perimeter. The defense was there. They were ready for that. You made one guy miss. They still got you for a TFL. You might have to think about getting back to running between the tackles now.
And the missed connection on third down. And the Black Knights will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown. A dynamic, explosive return. The sliver of daylight exploding through it, just vaporizing and reappearing on the other side and housing it.
And punt returners are so quick. You can play touch football in an elevator with them and lose. You can't even get your hand on there. So quick, so elusive. That's such a great job making people miss, but still going full speed up the field to get all the way to the end zone and score the TD.
The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
Got it in the middle. It's Fortner. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. He's going to fire deep. And it's incomplete. Good play downfield by the DB. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Off the play fake. Fakes the grab on the left. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Looking to throw, it's Coleman. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Trying to take it back. A really good return after the interception puts them in business at the 29.
There were a lot of people really excited about what this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his 2nd interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's way. You just get in trouble when you try.
Rush is on him. Trying to make magic with his feet. Just couldn't find a hole in this defense. They were ready for him and forced him out of bounds, and no gain on the play. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
Absolutely perfect. And now the lead is even bigger. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big Ten. USC looks like a legit title contender right now. That offense is just having its way. They're up 14 over Michigan State. Just another week in the Big Ten where the only constant is chaos. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one. Kevin, let us know when it goes final. Takes the handoff. It's Reed. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the 1st half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball.
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. There he goes. The 20, 10. Touchdown, Black Knights. Great job by the back on the option.
And what a great way to end the 1st half. It wasn't a perfect 1st half. A lot of mistakes, still trailing by a lot. But here's the deal. Now you put yourself in a position, go make some things happen. Force some turnovers, play good in the 2nd half. Who knows what will happen?
Dropping back, it's Coleman. Under fire. The pressure gets to him. Quarterback is sacked, and the 2-point attempt is denied, and the lead stays right where it is. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, one thing we can always count on is a great atmosphere in West Point. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double-team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this 2nd half. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Blake Field inside Nike Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. North Texas will kick it off to start things here in the 2nd half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive, just like they do at the start of the game. They've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. The Black Knights need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on third down. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. The punt team makes its way onto the field. He's got it. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. North Texas sends the offense back onto the field. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. To the ground with the back. Lots of running room.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some.
Unloads it downfield. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. The give to the back. Inside the 40-yard line and out of bounds at the 39.
And that's a great sign for this offense, because this year we know there's been a little bit of inconsistency, and I think the biggest problem has been 3rd down. Right there, nice job executing, running the ball, picking up the first, and keeping this drive alive.
A nice catch, way to get your feet down, and your reward is 0 yards.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Pocket breaking down. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
Nice coverage on the back end. Great job. Nothing open right away. The QB holds the ball in the pocket, and the pass rush finally gets home. Sometimes it's the DBs doing great work. Sometimes it's the defensive lineman winning up front.
North Texas will have to punt it away. And the coverage team down there to touch the ball. No return on this play.
Yeah, and it's a great punt. Obviously, he gives himself time to let his guys get down the field, get in position. Remember, don't let that thing cross the goal line. Try to keep it inside the 10. Nice job down in the football, setting your defense up for great field position.
We'll see what they can do on this drive as it starts at the 8. He'll keep it himself. Turning on the Jets. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains.
I love the decision to keep the football on the option right there. That reminds me of Ahmad Bradshaw, who recently at Army, member, led him to a 10-win season, set a single-season record with over 1,700 rushing yards. Did it from the quarterback position because he made good decisions, knew when to keep the football, was keying and had his eyes where they needed to be. That's exactly what this guy just showed you on that last play.
And the Black Knights now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Looking to throw, it's Coleman. Throws for the tight end. Makes a connection. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. Black Knights come to the line with a new set of downs. Off play action on first down. Working that left side now. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. It's a new chapter at quarterback for Army after Bryson Daly's historic season led the nation with 32 touchdowns on the ground. Army had 12 wins, a school record. With Daly now a commissioned officer in the Army, time for next man up, Jesse.
Yeah, and you're going to have to be able to run the football. You're going to have to be able to make great decisions, though, in the option game, which I think is something a lot of times we take for granted. It's not just making good decisions throwing it, but understanding when to dive, when to keep it, when to pitch. That's what makes this Army offense run so smoothly.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. That's the end of the quarter, and North Texas has the lead. They built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Bringing the heat. Always a welcome play from the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
Yeah, and the defensive lineman, you know, third and long situations, I'm rushing the quarterback. You bring in the nickel, a little bit more speed on the field, and the defense
fires toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And that decision will be questioned for a while. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Got a little work done on first down. Now back to the line. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Looking to the big tight end. And the pass is incomplete. Jarred loose by the hit.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Finds his tight end. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. North Texas will have to punt it away. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Looking to throw, it's Coleman. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And his throw is incomplete.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on 3rd down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on 3rd down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
Oh, he dropped it, just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. The decision to go for it does not pan out. They keep it on the ground, clock is their friend. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start the...
Touchdown, North Texas! And they take it in for 6 more points. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Liberty rose to the occasion when it needed to, and they'll be celebrating a solid victory there in Lynchburg. Week by week, you can feel the momentum building within that program. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there.
And that's perfect for the defense. You'll give that up all day. You're winning this game by multiple possessions late in the game. Play big zone coverages, keep the ball in front of you, and tackle the ball carrier in bounds.
Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Looking downfield, it's Coleman. On the shuffle, runs through a tackle.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too, but don't forget, it's easier to pick.
Turning it on. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. And the Black Knights come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Right on the money. Now the connection takes it to the 11. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Army!
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
And they'll try to tack on two. Sends it back in motion. Looking to throw. How about that sweet footwork along the sideline? It is a catch. They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. North Texas takes possession. The Mean Green offense will return to the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Pressure coming. Trying to escape and get it himself. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. Trying to keep the drive alive. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Moving closer to the red zone, it's at the 27 on first down. Looking to throw on first down. They get to him as he throws. Back open in the middle. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here.
That's why you got to study your playbook. For all young quarterbacks out there watching, you're not always going to be able to throw it to the intended target. You've got to know where your check down options are because you're going to get hit at some point. You've got to be able to get rid of it. Nice job understanding the playbook.
He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Under fire. Got it set up on the outside. Touchdown, Mean Green. And the route is on. They extend the lead here in the fourth, and after stumbling early, about to push their record to 3-1. That score looks as if this one might have put it a little too far out of reach.
Yeah, this game's pretty much over. That was just the icing on the cake. But, you know, speaking of cake, I'm kind of hungry. Can we get out of here? Can we finish this game so I can go get something to eat?
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the point after is good. A pretty short drive there, covering 38 yards. And they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. Fielded in the end zone, it's Benson. Stopped at the 29, but found a little running room after coming out of the end zone. Let's see what they have dialed up as this drive starts from the 29-yard line. Dropping back, it's Coleman. Makes the grab, it's Fortner. It's a seam wide open. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. Every second is meaningful, and they save a few of them with the spike. Backed up now, here's second and long. Back to pass. Finds a tight end.
And it's all about coachable moments, and obviously they have not had a ton of success throwing the ball in this game. But as a coach, I think you're just looking for positives, like that play right there, even late in the game. Taking your steps, making the right read, an accurate throw, positive plays that you can build upon offensively for the next game.
Quick snap and a spike to stop the clock. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Trying play action. Oh, they're after him. Look out, he's got room. With the clock running, this should be the final play. After the stumble earlier this year, a lot of people wrote this team off. People might be searching for spots on the bandwagon again now.
Yeah, give this coaching staff a lot of credit too, Reese, because they made a few tweaks and adjustments schematically to their personnel as well, and they've really now seemed to find a nice rhythm.
And it's hard to find that early in the season, but the good teams figure out who they are, what they do well, and you can tell they're starting to get in a groove, figure out who does what well, and maximize that and accentuate that.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.